Hello everyone. Hi. How are you guys? So first of all, the good news is I got my COPR, and after I informed some of the people online, one question that I got asked the most is how much time it took. Okay. So I'm preparing this video to take you through the whole step, the whole timeline for my PR. So for your information, I got my PR under Alberta PNP. So this is my personal experience. So it all started with my IRCC profile creation on 29th of September 2021. And as most of you know, that from 15th September, IRCC stopped, 15th September onwards, IRCC stopped CEC or FSW draws. So I was qualified for CEC on 29th September, but I just keep waiting, and then it was a long wait. Then on 13th January 2022, 13th January of this new year, Ainp, Alberta Immigration Nomination Program Accelerated Tech Pathway was launched. Okay, so this was the launch of a new tech pathway, and what I did was I expressed my interest in this pathway on 24th of Jan. So pretty much as soon as it was launched, within few days I submitted the forms and expressed my interest on 24th of Jan 2022. So I took this time to do my background work with my company, with my managers, so that they are also ready to provide any response that the immigration officers might have. I got the Ainp notification of interest on 25th of Jan 2022. Please note, this is not a nomination. This is only a notification of interest. This is what this is when the province tells you that we had a look at your IRCC profile and we found it useful, and you can apply, and you can go ahead and apply for being nominated by the province. So I got a NOI on 25th of Jan. After that, on 31st of Jan, I took almost a week to complete the application and submit the form. So by end of January, I submitted my application and paid the $500 fees for Ainp nomination. Then on 1st February, pretty much the next day, I got a first request for some additional documentation by the immigration officer. I provided the documentation, and my employer verifications happened the next day. That is on 2nd of February. Then on 3rd of February, I got one more request for an additional documentation from my company HR by the immigration officer, and I provided that. Once I provided that, I got the nomination on the same day itself. So if you look at my timeline, from the day I expressed my interest on 24th of Jan till the time it took me to get the nomination, it was almost 10 days, right? 7 days in January and 3 days in February. So within 10 days, 2 weeks, I got nomination by Alberta. Recently, I have heard that this nomination timeline has increased to almost a month or two, right? But earlier, when it was earlier launch, it was pretty quick. As you can see, it took me only 10 days to get the nomination. Then once you get the nomination, you don't have much to do apart from just wait for the ITA to arrive. ITA arrives every 2 weeks. So the next draw for IRCC happened on 16th February. So I got the ITA on 16th February around evening of 16th February. I accepted the ITA. I submitted all the documentations on 20th of February 2022. Once I submitted the AOR, submitted the ITA, I got AOR or acknowledgement of receipt pretty much the same day, like within few hours. So I think I submitted my profile around afternoon or early evening, and by night time I got my AOR. So AOR is important in the sense that this is where the official clock of IRCC starts. So if you look into IRCC website, they have a timeline of 6 months to process most PR applications. Now this 6 months of 6 month of timeline starts from AOR. Okay, so in my case, it would have started on 20th of February. So again, I got my AOR on 20th of February, and I appeared for the medical, I think the next day. I went for an upfront medical the next day, and within few days, the medical, I got a confirmation from the doctor that the medical records was sent to IRCC. So in your IRCC profile, you will see when the medical records are accepted. So they would update a status saying that you have passed your medical. Now this medical pass happened on 7th of April. So it took me almost like 1.5 months, like 1 month, 14 days, almost to get this medical pass status. This is pretty much on the track. I have heard people getting medical results from 45 to 60 days. So anywhere between 1.5 months to 2 months is pretty normal for medical records processing. As soon as they update your medical status, IRCC provides a BIL, a Biometric Collection letter on 7th of April. Basically, this would have a barcode and an instruction for you to go ahead and submit your fingerprints or biometrics to a Service Canada location. I was inside Canada, so I had to go to a Service Canada location to provide my biometrics. I provided the biometrics very next day, and on the same day, in fact, like I provided it in early during the afternoon around noon, and by evening or night time, the biometric records were updated in my IRCC profile. So 8th of April, I got my biometric confirmed. So by 8th of April, I had passed my medical, I had passed my biometrics, and I was only waiting for my background check. On 1st of June, a few days back, on 1st of June, I got an additional document request. IRCC asked me for some additional documentation on 1st of June, and this was a quick document. I was able to submit the document on the same day, I think within half an hour or 1 hour. But in IRCC website, the status was updated of additional documents submitted. They accepted my documentation on 2nd of June. Then on 3rd of June, almost within 24 hours of accepting that document, I got an email saying that my PR application is now approved, and they asked me to send an email for confirming my email. So then once your PR application is approved, you will receive a set of instruction on the next steps. The next step is obtaining access to the PR portal. So PR portal is a different portal that you will need access after your PR application is approved. So for that, you have to email IRCC, and all the instructions would be there in your PR application approval email. So I replied to that email, and I sent that email the same day on 3rd of June. I was granted the access on 6th of June. That was because I think Saturday, Sunday was not working. 3rd of June was a Friday, and 4th, 5th was a weekend, and on 6th morning I got the access of my PR portal. Once you get the access of PR portal, you basically have to go there in the portal. It's a straightforward portal. You have to confirm that you are in Canada. For me, this is mostly for my case, right? I'm in Canada. So they asked me to confirm whether I'm in Canada or not, and then asked me to upload a photo. So that happened on 6th of June, the same day. And on 7th of June, my eCOPR was available. So electronic confirmation of PR was available. So eCOPR is nothing but a temporary PR proof till I receive the cards. So here it is, my full end-to-end experience on what happened for my application. So if you look at the clock from 20th February to 7th of June, it took me around March, April, May, 3 full months and 3.5 months. Yeah, 1 week in February, 1 week in June. So 3 months, 14 days. Yeah, 3.5 months. So in 3.5 months, I was lucky enough to get the ECOPR, and now I'm just waiting for my PR cards. I think hopefully that's just a formality. I would get that soon. So yeah, so here is my overall experience. Hope it helps everyone, and if you have any questions, let me know. I have one more video on a typical timeline which I made earlier, and this is mostly an update to that video with the dates. That was more of a generic timeline kind of a thing. So yeah, so right now waiting for my PR card, and wish me luck and all the best for everyone who's watching this video for their application and their next steps. If you have any questions, I'm always reachable on Ainp, WhatsApp, on the comments. Since I started this channel, I've been able to help quite a few people get their nominations in Alberta and proceed with their applications. Please let me know if you have any questions. I would be more than happy to help. I'm not a registered immigration consultant or anything. I'm just sharing my experience. If you want to, just for knowledge purpose, I'm just sharing my experience. If you have any questions, I can always answer that. Maybe we can answer that as a community. And if you post it in the comments, other people can chime in with their response also. So thank you, and see you in the next video.